What is going on, guys? You asked for it and you asked for it. So here's the video. For my older generation who remembers who Paul Bunyan was, meet Babe.
Don't ever let somebody tell you.
And there you have it. Your questions have all been answered. I went to RTI. They are out of Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas. I forget which one. It's a sad name gun place. And so, that's where we went. We were Lease Op with RTI. That's about all I can tell you. Well, how do they pay? I've been paid once for 1 week. Are you getting plenty of miles? Did 3,300 this week. I don't know. Is it a good company? I've been here a week and 3 days of orientation. No, we'll get into it. It does seem like a good company, and I'm very happy to be here. So, what's the sitch? What's the deal? Tell us the details. I know. So, I've said it numerous times in numerous videos. My way is my way. What I do works for me. I don't know what works for you. I'm simply here to provide information. Okay? So, you find out where I went, find out what I talk about, a little bit about money, a little bit what I'm doing. I get 47 comments, well, you could have done this, you could have done that. I know I could have. But, as an example, I could probably make more money as a lease operator at Prime. I probably could. But I don't want to do flatbed. Door swinger life's kind of nice. I'll talk about that. I don't want to do reefer. So Prime can't offer me anything. So that's not an option for me. You should look at LTL. I don't want to do LTL. You should look at company Y because they pay percentage, or company B. But I did my research. And I went with what works for me. So take this video. This is just information. I am just here to give you information. If it works for you, I can give you more information. If it works less, then just ignore where I went. Because as I have said numerous times as well, where I work is irrelevant. I know a lot of people want to mind, and I got subscribers that have been with me a long time asking, so that's why I'm making this video. But where I work is where I work. It's what works for me. So, and I'll go into details why, but I just want to start off by saying that, that I'll give you the information, and do with it what you will, right? So, what about RTI? Why RTI, Kev? So, in life, you have and you build experiences. Experiences, not experience, experiences. And as you get older, you get more experiences. And you learn what you like and what you don't like. Do you like this or do you like that? So, I have determined that I like trucking. I don't want to be local. And I want dedicated. I like Texas dedicated. I like Cooked with their dedicated. Prime, I didn't really like the dedicated, but that was because it was lease side and it was Texas dedicated. So, again, company lease, all of those have to figure out what works for you. And so I knew I wanted dedicated, and I wanted to be a lease op. I enjoyed the lease op part of Prime. I enjoyed the freedom of it. I enjoyed various things about it, and I enjoyed the Cook dedicated life. I really liked that dedicated, except for the 85-pound ramps. That was annoying. But neither here nor there. Like I said, they are a great company. You'll never hear me say anything negative about them. And so I started my search. And I looked around, and I looked at KLM, but that was reefer. I was like, oh, that's not going to work. It's got to be dry van, okay? And I looked at another company, and they were dedicated out and back. But that out and back was California. Your boy is done with the West Coast. As much as I can help it, I am done with the West Coast. There's so much in the Midwest and all that. So, all right, let's start shifting to who runs the Midwest, Kev. Who do you like? And RTI has come up, and there's a couple YouTubers that have RTI videos. RTI has started putting out a lot of videos. But what actually got me interested in RTI was a Craigslist ad. And it's like every other Craigslist ad. Guaranteed $1,900 a week. All right, let's click and see what this is. There's RTI, company drivers, 81 cents a mile, blah, 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 dedicated route. Okay, getting me interested. But it's out of Iowa, and if you're not in Iowa, that you got to do 4 weeks, and they fly you home. So, oh, that's not going to work. Well, let's see what else they have. And I roll in and I click on, and they have a Tractor Supply route in Texas, based in Texas. Like, okay, all right, okay. Let's look into this. And so I start to look into it, and they have Lease Ops available. So I submitted the resume, application, or resumes in trucking. Do you have a pulse? Yes. Do you have a clean driving record? Yes. Do you have a CDL? Yes. You're hired. A lot of places are like that. But so I talked to a recruiter, and she was wonderful. She was a recruiter. Recruiter is always going to tell you the good things. That's their job, right? So I started doing a little bit more research. I sent some emails to some people that you don't know. Subscribe to some smaller channels. I'll give them shout outs as time goes on. But I started really digging what I was hearing and what I was finding out about RTI. And so I was like, all right, let's look at this. And she's like, yeah, and it's okay, and it's dedicated, and it's out 7 to 10 days, home 2. Sort of, kind of, I'll be out for 2 weeks because I'm choosing to. We'll get there. Hopefully this video doesn't get too long. But okay, all right, okay, we got that. All right, how about a $10,000 sign-on bonus? You have my attention. Again, I'm not about money. It's not about the money. But 10 grand's 10 grand. So, okay, so I get to be on a dedicated route, Lease Op, running areas that I like to run, Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Louisiana, and some around Kansas City, because that's where they're out of. It's like, okay, you know what? And I just looked, and I looked at U.S. Express, I looked at Swift, got to look at them, right? And I just said, I don't want to work for a super small company, because there's some of those that if you got 2 years of experience, and you can get in some of these smaller companies that are like my buddy, for example. He's got experience, and he's flatbed now, but they exist in everywhere, and he drives for a company who's leased on with Landstar, right? He picks all his own loads, and I didn't want to go that route. He's going to be leasing, I think it's like a 2016. They're buying a truck. He's leasing from the company. A lot of people do that. I was like, no. I talked about the truck, some of the stuff So, all right, well, you know what? I couldn't come up with anything. I couldn't come up for me with anything better than RTI. They smallest atmosphere. I got a little answers. And so, all right. And so orientation last week was RTI. Y'all knew that part, right? You've seen Babe, my 2019 Peterbilt. She's blue. She's my big blue ox. We've had a lot of fun. We've done 3,300 miles in our first week, and we've been everywhere, man. And so that's why I went with RTI. To answer your question, that's where I'm at. Seemed like a good company. They all seem good. We're still in the honeymoon phase. And that's one of the things, when I tell you where I'm working, it's like, where are you working? Well, now that you know where I'm working, you also have to understand that I have a business relationship with these people. So I can't just be running around telling you everything. So hold on one sec. Well, I'm in a truck stop. I like to keep a watchful eye for suspicious activity. So went to RTI. It's cents per mile. It's a base rate plus an on-time delivery bonus, which they give you out the gate, even though you haven't delivered anything on time yet. So if you deliver on time, you keep your bonus. I got a bonus for being in the military. You get fuel surcharge. They pay all miles, loaded or empty, and they pay them the same, which is cool. I've heard of companies, it's like random number, 80 cents unloaded, $1.10 loaded. All miles are paid. They pay all my tolls. I got satellite radio. I got Wi-Fi. It's just a good company, and you've seen the truck, so I don't even need to go into that. So, well, what have we done in our first week, Kev? So they asked me at orientation. They said, look, you sign up for Tractor Supply. We can put you on Tractor Supply, but we got this other thing working right here, and it's called the Tractor Supply Floater. I'm a floater. What can I say? And I said, okay, well, tell me about it. It's like, so you will be Tractor Supply dedicated, but every now and then we'll have something hot that we'll need you to grab. I was like, hot's my middle name, baby. So I was like, all right, we can do that. So I got the load. I load out of Kansas City after orientation. Did the one local load for them. Grabbed the load, preloaded. I'm telling you, the door swinger life. And I don't even hardly swing doors. Preloaded trailer. coming out of Kansas, going to Odessa, Texas. 2-day run, I'm going right by the house. So I hopped that, picked up that preloaded trailer. I bobtailed over there. I was empty because I'd done that Tractor Supply load. Picked up my preloaded trailer, rolled down to Odessa, got to the house Sunday night, got to Odessa Monday night, roll over Tuesday morning, and they started unloading me. And I'm sitting there getting unloaded because when you get unloaded, and I don't like live unloads much, but these dudes were busting out garage doors, and so for a live unload, manual unload took them less than an hour. So I was like, all right. And so she calls me, my dispatcher. She's very communication, the communication's been really good so far with her. And she says, hey, what's your clock looking like? And I tell her, she goes, okay, we got this load, Tractor Supply load. You're in Odessa. It needs to be picked up in Waco. It got to be delivered to Longview, and it has to be there by 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. Can you do it? Can I do it? Do you know who you're talking to? This is Riding with Kev, baby. So we hauled from Odessa all the way over to Waco, all the way up to Longview. I parked with 6 minutes on my clock at the Tractor Supply. I called and said, hey, can I park in the dock overnight? They said, absolutely, you can park in the dock overnight. I'm like, awesome, that'll work. So I get there, park, dude unloads me in the morning, easy peasy, breezy, beautiful cover girl. It's for my daughter. There's a lot of stuff for her. So, all right, what's next? Well, what's next? All right, hey, I got this load. It's 2 days. You pick it up today, deliver it tomorrow down to South Texas, between Houston and San Antonio, way down south. I said, oh, okay. I said, hey, question. I'm going to finish up my clock. Can I just pick it up and deliver it the same day? She goes, you think you can same day it? I was like, do you know who you're talking to? This is Riding with Kev. So guess what we did? Same day. So I get done. It's about 4 o'clock. I got unloaded about 3. I went to the truck stop, and they said, hey, we're trying to find your load because where I was at is in the middle of nowhere. And she goes, hey, you've been on your break for 2 hours. I said, yeah, yes, ma'am. She goes, so we got this load. It's got to be picked up in Grand Prairie, 300-something miles away. She goes, okay. I said, okay. She goes, it has to be picked up at 7 o'clock in the morning. You cannot be late. You cannot be early. You have to be there at 7. You'll drop it again. Drop and hook. Drop you empty. Hook up to the trailer. Get your paperwork, and you roll out. I said, okay. She goes, and what you'll have to do is meet a driver up in Kansas, and they'll take us the rest of the way because it's going to Colorado. I'm like, all right. Okay. I can do that. She goes, but I'm telling you, Kev, that means you're going to have to basically, if you want this load, I mean, it's a good paying load. It's easy, but you're basically have to finish your break and leave at like 12:30 in the morning to get to Grand Prairie in time. Because if you go with the hours you have left and you take your break, even if you split, you still don't have time to get there. So do you think you can do it? Do you not know who you're talking to by now? Just kidding. It's like, hell yeah, I can do it. I pulled up to that gate at 6:59. Rolled in, roll out. And so I'm on my way. I'm up in Oklahoma. She calls me. Kev, hey, just got a quick question for you. I know you're supposed to meet somebody in Kansas. We thought we had a guy going to orientation that was going out to one of our dedicated routes out west. He was going to meet you. Something got bungled up. He can't meet you. Would you mind taking it all the way to Colorado? Do you know who you're talking to? It's like, well, heck yeah, because that's some good money. That's a 1,200-mile trip. I said, no problem. She goes, it delivers Sunday. I said, can I deliver it Saturday? She said, absolutely, because it's just a drop and hook. So I rolled in there today. It's Saturday. I just parked. I had an hour and a half. I'm taking a 34 in Denver, Colorado. And then I am, again, some of you old timers, picking up some beer and going east. So you know what songs will be playing on the radio on Monday morning. So that's where we're at. We're going to do a shower. We're going to clean our nasty truck because I've been rolling. And then we're going to head to Kansas on Monday and see what the world brings. So, we did have one breakdown. I continued the streak of my first run breakdown.
You just got jammed.
But it was the trailer. One of them arrow skirt things came loose, so they sent a service tech out who just ripped it off. And then zip tied the light and said, bye-bye. Boom. So, babe's running. Kev's running. My clock is not running now. I'm going to go enjoy a nice Saturday evening and just relax. Because, I mean, I had to leave at 4 o'clock this morning to get the load here today. But if you run, you're good. Can you make money? You got to run. My 10-hour clock's up. I'm good. I'm looking. My truck's dropped, I'm looking. I'm always looking to run because I'm out here away from my family. And if I'm going to be out here away from my family, I'm running. That's just what I do. You do what you do. But whatever you do, make sure it's what makes you happy. Because I will tell you, I'm going to get all the comments, or I shouldn't say it that way, get comments about, oh, you shouldn't have gone there because you could have got more money here and you could have got more money there. It ain't about money. Life is not about money. Money's fuel. Money gets you where you need to go. But it ain't the reason. If you're out here for money, if you take a job just because what it pays, what happens when you get a bad fleet manager? What happens if you get a bad load planner? What happens if they got crap trucks? What happens if they won't get you the areas you want to go? What happens if they can't get you home? But they're paying you great. There's more to life than money. Now, money's important. That $10,000 sign-on bonus at $500 a week for 20 weeks is nice. But it's not why I took the job. It's just a bonus. I'm happy. I'm out here having fun. I watched some video today, some jackass talking about truckers living in solitary confinement and they're all depressed and they're all a bunch of losers. And you know what? Screw him. Because some of us out here love our jobs. Some of us out here having fun. And we're riding with Kev. God bless. Let's get rolling.